Good morning. This is going to be the Earth Signs video. I'm only doing the 5 videos this week, and next week there will be no videos. I have a crazy week ahead of me. I've got probably my biggest festival of the year this weekend. And so because all my products are handmade, I've been working on those, and then I've got, more stuff going on next week and limited energy, so I decided to do it this way. And I will not be doing any personal readings until I come back, and I will start with Gemini when I do come back. I did petition my patron saint, Santa Marta, La Dominadora, to help me with this reading today. I am being guided to use this deck here. I will pull the 6 tarot cards, and then I will pull clarifiers as I go. So here I go. I'm a little tired because, like I said, I probably put in about 10 hours yesterday sending products, and I've had a lot going on in my personal life that I've been working on manifesting things into my life, and manifestation takes a lot of energy. But I have been staying out of the lower energies, the lower vibrations. I've been very mindful of what I take in. I would like to say some of the messages, and I want to say that I don't read reversals. My deck and my guides know that I don't read reversals unless I'm guided to. There's a lot going on in the news right now, and the message that I channeled is to try to stay out of, from watching the news, because there's a lot of propaganda going on right now within the media, and everything is not as it seems. Remember, we are dealing with illusions in the physical world. They are illusions. Once you realize that, you won't be incited to fear and anger if you can see past the illusions of what's going on. I know it's hard to believe, but remember, we're living in a matrix where we are simulating our reality by our level of consciousness. That's the reason why 2 people can see the same event different ways. Alright, we have the Knight of Swords. And I'm going to go ahead and get a clarifier for this card. I am a little tired this week. My energy's a little low, so I'm going to rely on my clarifiers today. I feel like that one wants to come out. With this Knight of Swords, I feel like everything that it is that you wish for is coming to you, but because you're so conflicted, because the swords are a mental energy, that you are your only block right now, that you are foreseeing and foretelling blocks that are not there, because you're creating these with your mind. And why do we create these with our mind? We create these with our mind through our fears, first of all, and second, by our belief system. And so I am getting that your belief system is really blocking you right now from having what you want. It says your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. But the other message that I'm getting is that it might not look the way you expect it to look. And because it doesn't look the way you expect it to look, you might be disappointed. Or feel like it hasn't even arrived, and it has, because it has to do, like I said, with your belief system. And it could be, let's say, for example, you're trying to get a better job, and you are offered a job, and maybe it's less money, less fame, success than what you had hoped for, but it is a job that will quench your soul. That thirst and that desire of your soul, it will quench that, and it'll be more satisfying. And in the long run, this job will suit you better than the one that you thought you should have. The other message that's coming through is that the romantic partner you seek is not going to look like you think they should either. Sorry, maybe you had a certain belief system or certain ideal in your mind of what you thought your soulmate or divine partner, twin flame, this spiritual connection you have with this person. You thought it was supposed to look a certain way. And it doesn't. And some people are here as a catalyst to help wake us up from our soul amnesia. And I'm getting that is some of this. But a lot of it is your judgment. Because I feel like this card here is all about judgment. And what is coming to you. Because the Knight is all about arrival. It's all about travel. It's all about something coming to you. And because it's coming to you in the Knight of Swords, you are judging it. You're judging it as, oh no, this can't possibly be for me. This is shitty. This isn't good enough. But the other message that's coming through is that this is here to serve you in whatever way, shape, or form. So do not resist it. We have the Five of Cups, which is all about heartache. So I am feeling a certain amount of disappointment. Maybe, like I said, you were trying to... your wish was to have this person in your life and they disappointed you. And I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. This is my Heart Oracle deck, and I'm going to pull one of these. Cinnamar to help me with these messages today. This deck is really extremely hard to shuffle. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A good relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So I do feel like this connection that you have is here to challenge you. And it's more about you than it is the other person. Because whatever it is that they've done or not done is here to have you take a look at an aspect of yourself. And I do believe it has to do with your belief system. This could be around the opposite sex, like maybe you think men always cheat, they're liars, they're disloyal, or, you know, if you're a man, maybe you think that, you know, women are just harlots, or, you know, like, and we get that from our family, and we're here to clear those belief systems, because when you have those belief systems, guess what? You align to that because that is what you believe to be true. You know, let's take, for example, you know, you meet this person. And it's absolutely amazing at first. You know, you're just like, oh man, this is like the person of my dreams. It just feels like home. And then shortly thereafter, your fears creep in. You know, they say something to you, and then maybe you start questioning. Maybe they're not telling the truth. Or maybe you get a fear, you know, they're going to ask me for money. I just fucking know it. And guess what happens? They do. Then you're like, well, I was right to believe that about them. But what if this amazing connection that feels like home, that you fall into a place of deep faith and trust, and you don't align to your fears, and you tell yourself, you know, this person, this is mutual, because I deserve love. Why wouldn't they love me? Why wouldn't they treat me well? Because I am awesome. And guess what happens? That's what happens. You have that. Now, even if you do align to your fears do come up and you do align to that, it's still being divinely guided, because there are no scripts. And the reason why it's being divinely guided is for you to take a look at and clear those aspects of yourself. So it's a win-win either way. And that's what I feel like is happening. I feel like some of you need to watch my Twin Flame videos. And we have the Nine of Discs. When I first started off on my Twin Flame journey, I heard a lot of shit that wasn't true. Like, one thing that I heard was, oh, when you get ready to go into union, you're going to start seeing two of everything. Like 2 swans, 2 doves. And I actually saw, like, 2 animals everywhere in the beginning. I was like, oh, it's true, it's true. Well, once I began to collapse duality, as in not seeing separation, not feeling like I was separate from not only from my twin flame, but from any soul in the universe, I started seeing one animal, one swan, one dove, because as I aligned more and more to my soul and became more and more whole and complete on my own, I didn't need anybody else. And that is the magical energy to attract everything in your life, because you're already whole and complete, but you have soul amnesia and you've forgotten, and you feel like you need something or somebody else to come in and complete you. Now, we are humans, we all have human needs, but start by giving to yourself what you need. Check in with yourself daily, because when you have these kind of expectations of another person, that they are supposed to do these things, they're supposed to come in and make you feel some kind of way and validate you and accept you and just announce you, and the other message coming through, just announce you to the world. Stop hiding you. Just let everybody know that we're together. For what? That's for everybody else. That's not for you. The best relationships are in private. A lot of these relationships you see online and stuff are nothing but bullshit. Seriously, I know I was in a marriage for 20 years, and I was not happy at all. I mean, it was loveless, it was sexless, it was all about money and finances and stress, and I wouldn't even take the same day off that he had. Um, I told my boss for years and years, look, like, no, I need to work. I'm not trying to be off with him. I think we had 2 days off together. We nearly killed each other. People were like, what was the key to being married so long? Oh, we never had any time together. But I wouldn't recommend that. It was a very messy, very karmic relationship, but it did teach me, and I did learn a lot, but I did floss a lot on Facebook and front a lot. Oh yeah, my amazing husband. And then when I announced I was getting a divorce, everyone was like, what happened? I thought everything was perfect. I created an illusion. Because if I really truly had been happy, I wouldn't have needed anyone else to come in and validate me and validate my relationship and make it feel like it was more than what it was. That was strictly from my ego. So don't believe all the happy relationships you see on social media. And two, keep your relationship private. I mean, you don't have to, but it's always better that way, because once, other people know you're together, a lot of times, people will try to come in and give you advice, and sometimes it's bad advice, or, sometimes people aren't happy for you, people who are in lower vibrations. So, keep your relationship private. And we have the Mountain card, the Strength card. And so when I was talking about seeing that one animal being whole and complete, like seeing one dove, there used to be 2 doves out on my power line, and now there's one. It's because I'm stepping into my own strength and my own power, and this is an amazing energy. And this is so much better. The relationship I have with myself is so much better than any relationship I've had with anyone else. Now, would I like to have a physical relationship with someone else? Sometimes I tell myself I would, but I really like my peace and my quiet, my privacy, and I really like the fact that I don't have to worry about anybody else. I don't have to worry about, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. Are we all right? Am I supposed to be doing something? Am I supposed to be reaching out? It's just the confusion. I just don't have the energy for it, but that's my personal decision. But, society teaches us that we have to be with somebody else. That you have to. You're not whole and complete. It's your other half, your significant other. So we're conditioned at a young age to feel like we are not whole or complete if we're not in a relationship. And I am feeling like this is a time of pause for you to develop that relationship with yourself and really balance, so that you can see that this relationship is here to serve you in a lot of ways. It's not just about companionship and comfort. is to really get you out of your comfort zone, because it says a great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And a person can even do this energetically. You know, support and challenge. Like challenge, you know, a lot of times people think challenge, oh, this person is going to challenge me to be my better self, as in being like saying something verbally to you, like get up and go, you can do this, you got this, you know, think Rocky Balboa, Adrian, you know, I mean, that kind of thing. It's not necessarily like that. It can literally be, maybe they had to walk away from you for a while, or maybe they rejected you. And this is challenging you to face your fears of rejection, so that nobody can, and nobody makes you feel anything. The only reason you feel a way is because you really judged it. Okay, so let's say, for example, someone walks away from you, they reject you, and you're just like, oh, God, this is like the worst thing in the world. I'm not worthy. You know, I just must, you know, just be a horrible person, you know, that somebody would reject me like that. That really takes away from my self-worth. Now, that means, one, you don't know your own worth, because nobody can take that from you. And two, because you judge that to mean that, now you feel shitty. Where if you looked at it as, you know what, the very fact that I got this upset and I reacted this badly to the situation means that I have a core wound I need to look at. And this person, I feel like this is going to come back around. This is not over. This situation that you have with this person is not over, because it's too much of a spiritual connection. It's a soulful connection. And we have the Knave of Cups. And I'm going to pull a Romance Angel card for this card. I did say this was for Earth signs, didn't I? Oh my God. I know, I don't know how many times I've said this was for one person, and then I've like said the other thing later on in the video. But y'all know what I mean. This is for Earth signs. I'm going to put it in the tagline. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So the energy that I'm getting with this card is that you are feeling very angry. There's a lot of anger right now. And that's good. Honor that. But try not to assign blame to somebody else. Because you yourself are responsible for your own energy. Because remember how I said at the beginning of this, that we align to by what we believe to be true. So whatever situation that you're dealing with right now, you created it through your thought and your belief system. So for right now, retreat. Go lick your wounds, honor your feelings, cry it out. I know, you know, I always have to, I'm vegan, but I always have to get some almond milk ice cream or cashew milk ice cream and eat the whole thing. Binge watch Netflix for the evening. That's really pretty much how I deal with it. Do whatever it is you need to do to feel better initially, and then take a look at the situation with fresh eyes. That message is coming through. After you've honored your feelings, and like I said, try very hard not to assign blame, because you are creating these situations, and this right here is here to serve you, for you to look at those self-limiting beliefs that you've had. And we have the Knave of Discs. Healer, nourishment, nurture. So you are nurturing yourself right now. I said you are licking your wounds. Really, give a gift to yourself. Pamper yourself. Give yourself the gift of love. the gift of acceptance. Because I feel like there's a certain amount of blame going on right now, blame game, as far as blaming yourself. Maybe feeling like I was just stupid, I should have kept my heart closed off, now look what happened, now I'm hurt. But this is exactly what needed to happen. And love never killed anyone. I mean, would you rather feel this love and this loss? It's that whole cliche, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Because we do have that heartache and pain. But we are divine beings having human experiences because we wanted to know what it felt like to be a human, and now you know. Now you're very human, very open and vulnerable. And you realize how mortal you are. And that's all right, because these feelings are not going to kill you. Feelings never killed anybody. It's the belief in those thoughts that are fueling that fire, because you keep judging what happened. But tell yourself that, this is not over. I am not dependent upon this person. I am whole and complete on my own. I did learn from this, and my feelings are all right. It's all right to feel these feelings. A lot of times, and I'm getting the message too for some of you, that you would rather have materialism than love, because materialism is safe. I'd rather have my things. I'd rather, throw myself into my job than to face my shit. That is the same as an alcoholic or drug addict. It's the same energy. You're still escaping. It's escapism. So healer, nourishment, and nurture. So nurture yourself. Nurture your soul. And picture yourself as a little child, that needs nurturing, that is scared and afraid and feels alone right now. And so do parent your inner child. And really try to go back and look and see where this core wound came from. And look at it a different way. And forgive your parents, before they did the best that they could. And their soul family too. We have to forgive our soul family, because they had parts to play. And we all agreed on this before we even incarnated in here. Who would play what role? Who would teach us what? Even this romantic partner that you have, you've known each other before. So forgive them, their soul family. We have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups, the energy that I'm getting with this is that you have reached the end of the cycle of love, as far as cycles go. As far as all of the cycles that you have been stuck in have all had the same theme over and over and over again. It's like you've been stuck on wash, rinse, and repeat. But I do feel like this happened for you to face that. And that's what this person showed you, is that you've been stuck in this cycle. And this cycle stems from your belief system of you believing like somebody is always going to mistreat you. They're always going to let you down. They're always going to hurt you. Why is it that you feel that way? Why is it that you don't feel worthy of love? Why do you feel like people are disloyal and dishonest and unfaithful, and that they'll hurt you? Maybe you saw this with your parents. Maybe your parents had this type of relationship. I know I was raised in a very matriarchal family where I was raised to believe that men cheat, men lie, never trust them. And so guess what I've gotten over and over again? The same shit over and over and over again. You've got to release that victim mentality and that way of thinking. And I have given this example before. A lot of times people feel like different groups or sects or divisions of humanity have more privilege than others. And I understand, this is why I said be careful of the media, because it's very manipulative. And it seems that way. It seems that there's certain groups of people that are privy to privilege. Victim mentality is at play, because if you always feel like people are going to treat you bad, there's always going to be injustice, towards you because of, you know, your race, religion, creed, whatever, then guess what happens? Now, people who appear to have privilege, it's because they're walking, talking, thinking, feeling like they're not in that victim mentality. They don't believe that people are going to treat them badly, or they know that the justice system is fair, or they think it's fair, or you know, all these are illusions anyway. It's all matrix. So what I'm saying is that we all are creating our reality, everyone, by where we vibrate at and by what we fear and by what we believe to be true. So I'm going to let that, you know, resonate with you, or let that sit with you, or, you know, take what resonates. Do take what resonates, because we're all at our own level of consciousness. I do want you to, you know, always take what resonates. We have the Sun card to clarify that Ten of Cups. And so this Sun card is the most positive card in the deck. So I'm feeling very strongly that you and your love interest are going to be together, and it's going to be a very happy connection, a very long and happy connection. Once, you know, you clear these blocks, you know, and I've been saying for a while, I feel like you're maybe one more cycle away from this and this. And that cycle involves this retreat and this nourishment. So let me pull a postcard oracle card. Dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways? You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as Spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor. Loving you so much as always. That was a beautiful card, wasn't it? That was so beautiful. So have faith. Everything is working out just like it's supposed to. Things may not look like you expect. And that is because of your self-limiting beliefs, which you need to clear. And remember, there will not be any videos next week, but I will be back real soon. Thank you so much for watching.